Hello, everybody. This is Nancy Taylor with Midweek Peek, a peek behind the scenes at Old South Church in Boston. Good to have you with us. Today, I'm giving you a virtual report of some of what's been going on here. Our doors are closed, but our ministries continue. Ministries of mercy and justice and beauty. In terms of pastoral care, we've been outreaching to our members over 70 and or with any underlying conditions. We did that early on, and then we followed up with an every member calling campaign. We have quite a list of people that we're keeping track of. We offer daily prayer Mondays through Fridays at noon, healing worship second Tuesdays, spiritual practices twice a week. And as for COVID-19, I think I can name that I know of 10 Old South Church members who have been through it and come through the other side and who are doing well, and 2 people who are really, really struggling right now, who are in very vulnerable position. And I ask your prayers for Peter and Ed. We also have a list of volunteers. Thank you, Old South, amazing members who are out shopping for those who can't get out, doing errands and helping out. We also have a lot of people doing cards and calls, just checking in with everybody. With respect to outreach, we've been working closely with GBIO, advocacy and work on behalf of housing relief for people, decarceration for those who are incarcerated, but for nonviolent nonviolent actions, and then working on healthcare in this time of really healthcare terror and healthcare scarcity for so many people. Our Snowden partnership with the Snowden High School, which is on our block, our virtual mentoring program continues. Boston Warm, a day center for the unhoused, continues. We have volunteers there. We're getting food there. Common Cathedral is active, I believe, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and doing various kinds of programs. We are supporting the Alston Brighton Food Program with money and with volunteers. That's a really important program for people who have food insecurity. And we have started, we have a new member of staff, our street outreach worker, who is literally out there 5 days a week on behalf of you, of Old South Church in Boston, interacting with, keeping in touch with, making referrals with and for unhoused people that they meet. He is there. His name is David Alba, our former building manager. He also works with Boston Warm and Common Cathedral. He is a kindly presence, offering prayer and assistance to those who are literally on the streets during this pandemic. Our outreach committee has authorized grants to partner organizations on the front line, City Mission, which works with families, particularly single moms with young children who are on the edge of homelessness, keeping them out of homelessness. City Mission has stepped up their work at this time. Common Cathedral, ministering to the unhoused, Healthcare Without Walls, Bridged Over Troubled Waters, which works with unhoused teenagers and youth. We also have a relief fund members of the church have given to that is available to the clergy to help those in need. We're providing an all-church worship service. We're all worshiping together, which has actually been quite, I think, something quite special. Instead of our 3 weekly worship services, we now have 1. And so we're all together, and we've been joined by Old Southers who relocated out of town but who are now worshiping with us, by members of your family and friends who are worshiping with us remotely, by newcomers from across the world. It's been quite heartening and quite a special experience. We have a new virtual friendship pad and working to engage those who are with us from a distance and tracking visitors and engagement. We also have a virtual community hour after worship, and that's been very special. Our virtual jazz coffee house featuring the Willie Sordillo Ensemble, Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's absolutely beautiful if you haven't tried that. We are continuing to be a teaching church. Church school happens every Sunday. All of our kids are meeting in through different online environments. to do their Sunday school godly play curriculum. Confirmation class continues, youth group continues, Bible study continues, community hour, theological book group. And I can assure you that we are continuing to work with our seminarians who are in discernment and moving them along in this process. Nothing is on hold. We continue to do these ministries. The Old South Preschool, our teachers are providing online content and remaining in touch with their families. We are concerned about its future. It was already struggling a bit as 2 years ago, Boston launched free public education for 4 and 5-year-olds. We're supportive of that. That's a great new good in Boston, but it's eaten our lunch. So this is putting our preschool in something of a precarious situation. But for right now, our teachers are providing important content and relationship with our preschool children and families. Our boards, committees, and task forces are all meeting. We've added to the agenda that we make sure we have personal check-in with everyone. How are you doing? What's it like for you? And we learn a lot there. We also get anecdotal information about just how people are faring. And then they do the business and ministry of the church. That all continues. It's all done via Zoom, almost all via Zoom. Our small groups, they continue to meet, touching more than 100 people at Old South Church on a weekly basis, most gathering via Zoom, some by Google Hangouts or other online platforms. Additional online content that we're producing: Worship Matters with Mitchell Crawford on Mondays, midweek peak. That's this right now with Nancy Taylor. And Fun Fridays with Sean Fiedler. If you haven't seen those, you've got to. The church staff, almost everybody is working remotely. I tend to come in. I'm in the office right now. I'm far away from anybody and everybody. And when I enter, I've got my mask on and my gloves on, but not right here. In the building, mask, gloves, and distance, we're all observing those. We've had a couple of events I thought you should know about. We literally had a dumpster fire. There was an arsonist around the Back Bay who set on fire at least 12 dumpsters in various alleys. That was our dumpster. We also, a recent wind event, a howler knocked down the porte cochere lamp, and it's all busted up, and we'll see whether we can get that fixed. We brought on a new director of operations. I'm sorry I don't have a picture of him, although that's part of him. John Brought is on. He came on April Fool's Day, wouldn't you know? That was, and he's been working behind the scenes. And here's what I want you to know is happening at the church. We are cleaning. That's the stage, second floor. It's been cleaned and repainted and reordered. Mary Norton Hall, what you see on those tables are the contents of the kitchen, the whole kitchen taken apart. Everything's cleaned within an inch of its life and has all been put back in. Here's the kitchen. It got repainted while you've been away. Here's part of the kitchen, the stove. Look how clean that is. The oven. This is the fourth floor. Everything's looking gorgeous. We're doing a lot of paint and touch up. That's the mezzanine. It used to be very scarred up. It's all clean and new painted. The floors have all been stripped and waxed. Stripped and waxed. Even the windowsill stripped and waxed. We are cleaning the pew cushions. We bought a new wet cleaner, steam cleaner, and every pew cushion has been vacuumed and then is being wet cleaned 2 or 3 times. In between, they're drying. Elias is cleaning the stone screen in the back. You can see there on the right. While we were out during the marathon, we had a memorial event. That's artist and actor Jack Millard with his Little Boats of Hope there on the right. And then we did put out the marathon banners just for a week when the marathon wasn't running, but we were remembering. And we were remembering those who died during the bombings. Our gardens have been replanted. The summer gardens are in, and they're looking quite lovely. They have a little more to fill out, but they look terrific. And a lot of people have been asking me about Reggie Wynn. Reggie is here every day. Reggie is doing just fine. He says hello and waves to you, and he is talking to whoever's there. There's not that many people, but Reggie is well, and he says hello. My friends, that is today's edition of Midweek Peak. It would have been more fulsome, but I was having technical difficulties, so there you go. We'll see you again next week. Hope you're all well and safe. Take care, stay home, social distance, wear masks and gloves, and we hope to see you soon. Bye now.